قوس قزح بين التنوع والجمال الاستثنائي، أطلق عليها شعبها أمة قوس قزح عن مانديلا جنوب أفريقيا حلقتنا اليوم. فأهلا وسهلا بكم مشاهدينا الكرام من برنامجكم حوار دبلوماسي، وحلقتنا اليوم ننطلق فيها معكم من سفارة دولة جنوب أفريقيا، ولقاء سيجمعني مع سفير دولة جنوب أفريقيا لدى دولة الكويت السيد الدكتور مانيليسي جينجي. حياكم الله.
جنوب افريقيا إنها أكبر منتج للبلاتين والذهب والكروم، وهي منتجات تجلب الثراء للبلاد. عرفت جنوب إفريقيا منذ أمد بعيد بثرواتها المعدنية الهائلة من الماس والذهب والكروميت والفحم الحجري وخام الحديد والنحاس واليورانيوم. جمهورية جنوب إفريقيا هي دولة تقع في أقصى جنوب إفريقيا في الطرف الجنوبي للقارة، ويحدها كل من ناميبيا، بوتسوانا، زيمبابوي، موزمبيق وسوازيلاند. كما أن دولة ليسوتو محاطة بالكامل بأراضي جنوب إفريقيا. نسبة المسلمين تقريبا 2%، كما أن هناك 11 لغة معترف بها رسميا، أغلبها لغات وطنية ومحلية. تقدم جنوب إفريقيا أرخص أسعار للبضائع والخدمات الاستهلاكية ونفقات إيجار الشقق. اقتصادها هو الأكبر والأكثر تطورا بين كل الدول الإفريقية، والبنية التحتية الحديثة موجودة في كل أنحاء البلاد تقريبا، لكنه وعلى الرغم من أن 13% من سكانها يعيشون في ظل الأوضاع المميزة للعالم الأول، إلا أن حوالي 50% يعيشون في أوضاع مماثلة للأوضاع السائدة في البلدان النامية. وتوفر البلاد بيئة مواتية للمستثمرين يسمح فيها للأجانب بملكية 100% من المشروعات، كما أن هناك حرية كاملة للمستثمر في تحويل أرباحه إلى أي بلد. تنتج المصانع كل ما تحتاج إليه البلاد من بضائع ومعدات مثل الملابس والنسيج والمعادن والسيارات، ومعظم المصانع تتمركز في المدن الرئيسة. يسافر بعض الناس إلى دولة جنوب إفريقيا بهدف الدراسة أو العمل، خاصة وأنها حاليا بلغت مرحلة اقتصادية عالية ليس بين الدول الإفريقية وحسب، وإنما بالنسبة للعالم. هناك العديد من التسهيلات التي تمنحها الحكومة لجميع التجار الذين يرغبون بتصدير بضائعهم من داخل البلاد أو الراغبين في الاستيراد منها. يمنع التعامل بغير الراند، وهي العملة الرسمية للبلاد في المعاملات اليومية. متوسط الإنفاق الشهري للأسرة التي تتكون من 5 أفراد تقريبا $1300. تهتم الدولة بالصحة وخصوصا في مقاومة الأمراض المستوطنة، وتأخذ حذرها جدا منها، كما أن كثيرا من شركات التأمين الصحي العالمية لها أفرع هناك، ويتم تغطية الجانب الصحي بشكل متميز. يوجد اهتمام بالتعليم بمختلف أنواعه، والتعليم الأجنبي متميز بالطبع لكثرة عدد الأجانب هناك. وجامعة كيب تاون تحتل المركز 41 بعد 100 على مستوى جامعات العالم.
حياكم الله مشاهدينا من جديد، ونرحب بسعادة السفير الدكتور مانيليسي جينجي. حياك الله سعادة السفير معنا، ونشكرك على حسن استقبالك ولقائك الطيب لنا. سعادة السفير، في البداية بنتكلم عن منذ متى بدأت عملك الدبلوماسي في دولة الكويت.
First, welcome to the South African Embassy in the state of Kuwait. I arrived in the state of Kuwait in October last year. I presented my letters of credence to His Highness the Emir in December last year.
نعم. So you are here ambassador less than 1 year، أقل من سنة، من شهر أكتوبر الماضي. ماذا كان شعورك عند استلام قرار صدور أو عند صدور قرار استلام مهام عملك في دولة الكويت؟ شنو كان شعورك سعادة السفير؟
I was excited with the news of my nomination to serve as the South African ambassador to the state of Kuwait, and I felt very honored with that mandate, because to be an ambassador in my country is the sole preserve and the discretion of the president of the country. I felt that he has confidence in me. That's the first reason of my excitement. I must say that time I was in Brussels working at the South African Embassy. The second point about my excitement is, in my other life as a student, long time ago, a student in America, one of my best friends was a Kuwaiti student who used to talk very passionate about his country. And my appointment as the South African ambassador to the state of Kuwait gave me an opportunity to come and experience the beauty of Kuwait.
نعم نتشرف فيك أيضا. احنا سعادة سفير، إذا بنتكلم عن العمل الدبلوماسي، ما هي أهم السمات الدبلوماسية لجنوب أفريقيا التي تحرصون عليها؟
The South African diplomacy has a number of features. The cornerstone of our diplomacy is the African continent. South Africa is located within Africa, and Africa is the cornerstone of our diplomacy. And second, South Africa believes in multilateralism. We believe in a rules-based international order. Since 1994, South Africa has made strides in advocating the multilateral diplomacy. At the UN, South Africa has been a non-permanent member of the Security Council. And of course, the last round of our non-permanent membership in the Security Council, we served with the state of Kuwait at the same time, which was a great honor. And also South Africa is the member of what is called BRICS, Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa Forum, which is a very important forum. Is growing up to be very influential in global arena. And of course, we also very passionate about bringing about peace and stability on the African continent. South Africa supports the peace missions on the continent.
نعم سعادة سفير، كيف تصفون العلاقات بين دولة الكويت ودولة جنوب أفريقيا وآفاقها المستقبلية في جميع المجالات؟ كيف تصف العلاقة بين الدولتين؟
My assignment has three focus areas. The first one, which is primary, is to strengthen relations between the two friendly countries, South Africa and the state of Kuwait. And the second focus area is to promote people-to-people diplomacy. By the time I conclude my tour of duty, I would like to see a better understanding between the Kuwaitis and the South Africans. And the third one is to attract trade and investments from Kuwait to South Africa. South Africa is an investment destination of choice for many countries. And we want to see the Kuwaitis being involved in investments in South Africa, and there's a good returns for the money. And the fourth one, of course, South Africa want to promote tourism in Kuwait. We want to see more Kuwaitis as well as the expatriates that are based in Kuwait to consider South Africa as their first choice for holidays when they think about taking a break.
Yeah. Of course, Ambassador. كيف تصف لنا سعادة السفير طبيعة العلاقات التي تجمع دائما بين السفراء بعضهم في بعض في دولة الكويت؟
In Kuwait, I arrived, of course, less than a year. I arrived at a challenging time, the time of the COVID-19 pandemic, which has brought a new normal in our lives as diplomats. But what I cherish the most, an activity that works amongst diplomats, are the celebrations of national days. And of course, South Africa just concluded our celebrations of our national day on the 27th of April, although we did not have celebration because of COVID-19. But the month of April for us as South Africa was a very important month. And in general, among the diplomatic community, even in the state of Kuwait, the celebration of national days provide an opportunity for ambassadors to showcase their countries.
سعادة سفير، في جنوب أفريقيا يطلق على شعبها أمة قوس قزح اللي هو الرينبو، هل السبب تنوع ثقافاتها أو شنو في بالضبط عشان يطلق على شعبها هذا اللقب؟
South Africa, we call ourselves as a rainbow nation because of the cultural diversity. And we also call ourselves, we consider diversity as our strength. I've traveled the world up to a few countries. The country that comes close to the picture of our rainbow nation is the United States of America. The diversity one that finds in that country, similar diversity that we'll find in South Africa. And because of that diversity, we call ourselves a rainbow nation. And of course, also including our climate, to that we've got a beautiful climate that encapsulates the rainbow nation spirit.
Of course. سعد سفير، ماذا عن أهم المنارات والمؤسسات الثقافية في جنوب أفريقيا التي تهتم بإحياء الثقافة والأدب؟
In South Africa, we have the Department of Arts and Culture, which is the custodian of various cultural events. And we have the National Arts Festival, which takes place every year. It's normally in South African context, we usually call it the Grahamstown Festival, Arts Festival. Although the name Grahamstown has just changed this year, next year we'll have a new name. And then also we have the Cape Town International Jazz Festival, which jazz musicians from all over the world converge to our beautiful city, Cape Town. And we've got a dance music festival. We have the Summer Awards. Summer Awards are very good in encouraging the young artists and motivating them, and also to enrich the artistic industry. And we have the KwaZulu-Natal, Drakensberg, Okahlamba World Heritage Sites, as well as the Midlands Bergfest. Cultural Mind Dance Festival is one of those. We have a lot of these cultural activities in our country.
سعد سفير، إذا احنا نعرف في جنوب أفريقيا هناك 11 لغة رسمية في جنوب أفريقيا، لكن ما هي اللغة الرسمية التي يتحدث بها مواطني جنوب أفريقيا؟
As I said earlier on about our diversity, that diversity is also reflected on our languages. South Africa has 11 official languages. Soon, before I complete my tour of duty, maybe we'll have 12. Because now the discussions are about adding the sign language to be one of the languages. But currently we have 11 official languages in South Africa.
نعم. ماذا سعادة السفير عن أهم الكتاب والروائيين والشعراء المعروفين أيضا في جنوب أفريقيا؟ لو تعطينا إياها باختصار شديد سعادة السفير.
We have a lot of writers, a lot of novelists in South Africa. And they have made a footprint globally. Zakes Mda is one of those, and his books are translated in various languages. We have Khodze, Johann Maxwell Khodze, who won the Nobel Peace Literature. We have Anye Kroch. Anye Kroch also established herself in writing very good books on transition in South Africa. And we've got Zuge Sawana, excellent novelist. If you want to read a novel about South Africa, Zuge Sawana. And of course we have Wallace Rote, a number of them.
ما شاء الله.
Yes.
نعم. سعد سفير، نستأذنك في فاصل ونستأذن مشاهدينا فاصل ونعود مرة أخرى، خلكم معنا. أهلا فيكم مشاهدينا من جديد. سعادة سفير، لو نتكلم عن الزي واللباس التقليدي في جنوب أفريقيا، وهو الهوية لأي بلد بالتأكيد، وجانب يعكس هوية أي بلد وثقافته، فماذا عن أهم الزي التقليدي للرجل والمرأة داخل جنوب أفريقيا؟
As we indicated earlier on our diversity, this diversity is composed also by various ethnic groups in South Africa. Each ethnic group has its own traditional dance. If you see the Amazulu people, you'll see their own traditional dress, as you may have seen even in this embassy, we have various artifacts. The Amaxhosa people, they've got their own traditional dress. Each group, the Abatswana ethnic group, they've got their traditional dress. And of course, even those who came from Malaysia and Indonesia, we have South Africans who came from Malaysia and from Indonesia. They've got their own traditional dress. Each ethnic group has its own traditional dress.
سعادة سفير، الحرف اليدوية هي أيضا من الملامح الثقافية لأي دولة. ماذا عن أهم الحرف اليدوية التي تشتهر فيها جنوب أفريقيا؟
Yes, the South Africa is rich in handcrafts. There's a lot of them, and of course one of the known handcrafts in South Africa are from the Ndebele and Ndebele people, and they are sold throughout the country. And our Department of Culture, Arts and Culture also promotes the business of handcrafts, trade in handcrafts. And I think those are the ones, yes.
نعم. سعادة سفير، لو نتكلم عن المسرح والسينما والموسيقى والرسم والتعبيرات الفنية الراقية التي تتغنى بالموروث، كلمنا عن أهم تلك التعبيرات الفنية في جنوب أفريقيا.
We have a very rich artistic expressions in South Africa. Just maybe to start with the most recent one, Master KG. You may have been aware that in 2019 and 2020, there was a Jerusalem dance. The song went global. It hit the global charts in 2019 and 2020. Very famous. Even the Vatican in Rome were dancing to the Jerusalem dance. And I guess even in Kuwait, maybe I hope you didn't miss up on that. And then also, Lady Smith Black Mambazo are the winners of the Grammy Awards in the United States of America. And Nduduzo Makatina, just this year, has been signed up by one of the US record companies. He's a pianist and a composer. And the international community will experience the taste of the South African music from him. And of course, artists like Miriam Makeba and Hugh Masekela have put the South African music on the international stage. And in Ms. Zozibini Tunzi was Miss South Africa, and she was also the winner of the Miss Universe pageant in 2020.
نعم. سعادة سفير، لو نتكلم عن شوي عن السياحة والمعالم الأثرية، تشتهر جنوب أفريقيا بتضاريسها المتنوعة وجمالها الطبيعي الرائع وتنوعها الثقافي، مما جعلها مكانا مناسبا للسياح. ماذا عن أهم الوجهات السياحية والتاريخية اللي تنصحنا بزيارتها سعادة السفير في جنوب أفريقيا؟
South Africa, as I indicated earlier on, we want tourism is topmost in our government's re-energizing our economy following the COVID-19 pandemic. And one of the nice destinations, we've got a variety of tourism monuments. We've got the Kruger National Park. If people want the wildlife, that's the best on the African continent. We've got the Table Mountain. Table Mountain is in Cape Town, and it is the mountain that has attracted the attention of the Hollywood filmmakers. South Africa is a popular destination for filmmakers because of the Table Mountain. People go to Cape Town to take films, to shoot movies there. The Garden Road, beautiful road between the Western Cape and the Eastern Cape. It's nice to travel during the day. Beautiful road. And the Kgalagadi Transfrontier Park. The Transfrontier Park is a new concept on the African continent, where more than one country will have a national park that tourists can visit that. And also the God's Window. The God's Window that's why I say God's Window. It's a beautiful, beautiful scenery on one of our provinces in South Africa, as well as this Stellenbosch Wine Road. Anybody who visits Cape Town, if you visit Cape Town, I'll encourage you to visit the Stellenbosch Wine Road, as well as the Drakensberg Mountain Range. Beautiful in the KwaZulu-Natal, and of course, I can't leave the two important ones as well, the Pilanesberg National Park in our northwest province, as well as the Sun City. Beautiful tourist destination and monuments.
There is a multi and beautiful places in South Africa, of course, and we hope to go it nearly as soon as we can. دكتور سعادة سفير، دكتور إذا بنتكلم عن حدائق كريستين بوش النباتية ضمن أحد مواقع التراث العالمي لليونسكو، فماذا تضم هذه الحدائق؟
Yes, it's a very Christian Bosch Botanical Gardens is a very important tourist destination in South Africa. It was established in 1913, an old one, to promote and to conserve and display the extraordinary, rich and diverse flora of Southern Africa. And of course was the first botanical garden in the world to be devoted to a country's indigenous flora. And in 2004, the Kirstenbosch was declared a World Heritage Site by UNESCO. It has more than 7,000 species of cultivation, and including the rare and endangered species. It's one of our tourist attractions in Cape Town. If you visit South Africa, I will encourage you to visit it.
إن شاء الله إن شاء الله. سعادة سفير، تقع جنوب أفريقيا في نصف الكرة الجنوبي، فماذا عن مناخها بالنسبة إلى موقعها هذا؟
South Africa is an all-year-round destination for varying regional climates and wildlife opportunities. The climate, we've got the Mediterranean climate in the southern western corner of the country, and we've got the temperate climate in the interior plateau, as well as the subtropical climate in the northwest. Like somehow, like Kuwait, we have a small desert part. Yes, small desert in our Northern Cape province. In fact, South Africa, as you may know, we are the host of the Square Kilometre Array, which we won when we were coasting with Australia, and is based in the Northern Cape, in that desert-like area. It's based there, beautiful. And of course, temperatures remains warm, around about 22 to 33 Celsius degrees. It's a nice destination place. I guess I'll encourage you and the Kuwaitis that when your weather is hot in this side, consider visiting us, especially from between the month of May up to September.
Also for us, yes. Ambassador. سعادة سفير، إذا بنتكلم عن إجازتك سعادة سفير الشخصية، وين تحب تقضيها إذا نزلت في جنوب أفريقيا؟ في أماكن معينة لازم تمر عليها هناك؟
Because I'm based in Gauteng, in Pretoria, normally I want to visit places that are nearby. Places that are nearby, Pilanesberg National Park, and the Sun City, and the Cradle of Humankind, and the Hector Peterson Memorial and Museum in Soweto. These are within reach. I like visiting those. And anybody who's in Gauteng, I will encourage to visit those places.
سعادة السفير، إذا بنتكلم شوي عن التجارة والزراعة في جنوب أفريقيا، لدى جنوب أفريقيا إمكانيات زراعية، فما أشهر الزراعات التي تتميز بها جنوب أفريقيا؟
Our most famous crops include citrus fruits, Of course, citrus fruits, we export them all over the world. We export them to the state of Kuwait, we export them to the European market, European Union market, and grapes. Of course, as you know, South Africa were known as a wine-making country. We compete in wine, we compete with France because we've got a lot of grapes. And then maize amongst others.
نعم. سعادة سفير، تشتهر جنوب أفريقيا أيضا بعدد كبير من الصناعات والمنتجات، فماذا عن أشهر الصناعات والمنتجات في جنوب أفريقيا؟
We've got a lot of industries in South Africa and products. As you know, where our economy's backbone is mining. Like in your case, as the state of Kuwait's economy is oil. In our case, we're a mining country with minerals. We've got diamonds. I see you have a necklace. We've got diamonds, we have gold, we have platinum, we have manganese, we have coal on the mineral side. We export those.
Very expensive mineral, and it's the source there in South Africa.
Yes, like platinum. Platinum is, not many countries have platinum. Few countries, in South Africa is one of those few. And tourism and wine industries. Our wine goes to the European market, to Australia, of course we competed with them, and the car assembly plant. I see in this country there are many cars, the 3 Series BMW, the 3 Series Mercedes-Benz are assembled in South Africa. Now this year, Ford is, of course, Ford has been having a assembly plant in South Africa, but now the 4x4 trucks, SUV or Fords will be assembled in South Africa. We've got an assembly plant for Volkswagen, assemble a lot of various cars in South Africa. And of course also we are very good in military equipments. South Africa is very good in manufacturing military equipments.
نعم. سعادة سفير، تعد أيضا جنوب أفريقيا ما شاء الله من 20 دولة التي تتحكم في اقتصاد العالم، وهي الدولة الأفريقية الوحيدة التي دخلت السباق مع الدول المتقدمة صناعيا واقتصاديا. كيف استطاعت الوصول إلى ذلك؟
That's very important. Our membership of the G20 is a very important point. In fact, South Africa's economy is the most industrialized economy on the African continent. And at the G20, our role there is to advance the interests of the developing South. We are the voice of the developing South. And in fact, because of the developed nature of our economy, we are a developing country, but within the African continent, we're well industrialized, and also we are the financial hub of the African continent. The banking sector, we're very strong in the banking sector. And as you know that the G20 is about looking at the global challenges in the financial sector, and South Africa is there. And also just the last point to mention, as we speak, our Minister of Foreign Affairs is currently attending the G7 ministerial meeting in the UK, which is the preparation for the summit of the G7. Just that South Africa is invited, like I think Australia and like India are invited there. That shows how important is South Africa on the African continent.
نعم. God bless you إن شاء الله. Ambassador, إذن ما هي أبرز الصادرات سعادة السفير؟
Yes, we export a lot. That's why when we talk about exportation, we export fruits, we export corn, we export sugar, we export wool, we export machinery and transport equipments, gold and diamonds. Antwerp, when I was serving in Belgium, I visited Antwerp many times, where you see our South African gold making roads to Belgium. We export platinum, of course, raw materials of platinum, and also we export wine. Maybe you have noticed we export meat. Maybe in Kuwait, I think we have meat, South African meat in the markets in Kuwait. Nice one. Of course, even the citrus fruits I talked about, they're in the Kuwait markets.
سعادة سفير، إذا بنتكلم عن أكثر الأشياء اللي جذبتك وأثارت إعجابك في دولة الكويت، إحنا يعني صحيح حضرتك صار لك أقل من سنة هني، بس يعني يدوب الأشياء اللي انتبهت لها.
You know, as I said, I'm new. It's unfortunate that I came in when the COVID-19 pandemic started being challenged. I'm looking forward, of course, Kuwait is known about D1 years. I'm looking forward to that, and it's something that I want to experience myself. And my predecessor has told me about it. And I visited the avenues, and I was impressed. I was told that the avenues is one of the biggest malls in the Middle East, and I was very impressed with it. And the place I still want to visit is the Kuwait Towers. When I saw the Kuwait Towers, I saw something unique. I've not seen something like that in my travel.
نعم.
Yes,
هو من أهم الملامح أكيد البارزة في دولة الكويت أبراج الكويت. كلمة أخيرة سعادة السفير لاست وورد تحب توجهها للمشاهدين واللي يستمعون اليوم.
Maybe the first one I will say, I want South Africa to be known as a country that has produced about 10 Nobel laureates. Very few countries can claim to have that. And of course, I want to attract Kuwaiti businesses and investors. We want to make them to consider South Africa as their first point of choice when they think about investments. There's good returns for investments in South Africa. And of course, as I indicated earlier on, we want to encourage the Kuwaitis as well as the expatriates based in Kuwait to consider South Africa for their holidays, tourism, if they want to undertake tourism, as well as to experience South African hospitality. If they visit, they will experience that. And South Africa is famous in sporting codes. We have rugby, play international stage. We won 2 years ago in Japan, World Cup, and cricket. We always play, our competitor is Pakistan, we play good cricket, and soccer. South Africa is the only African country that has hosted the FIFA World Cup. We hosted in 2010, only the first time on the African continent. There's no other. And then of course, South Africa is a country that believes in international peace and global security. That's why on the African continent, South Africa is involved in conflict resolutions on any place that has conflict, and we believe that the only way to resolve conflicts is through negotiations and dialogue.
سعادة سفير نشكرك على وجودك معنا. Thank you for hosting us, ونشكرك ونشكر المشاهدين على المتابعة. نلقاكم في حلقة قادمة وشكرا ومع السلامة.